Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22 of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Eric Tolado. Joining me today is Christian Tolado.
Welcome.
Christian, interesting chapter this week.
Very, very good chapter.
Yeah, it's a very good chapter indeed. What are your initial thoughts this week? What are you thinking? What just give me an insight into the mind of Christian Tolado this week about One Piece.
About One Piece, it's been a good week.
Yeah?
You know, good chapter, good week. That's how it normally ends up.
Okay.
Nothing controversial. There's a whole bunch of information drops. You know?
Yeah?
It's been good.
Sure.
No real complaints out there. All good.
No real complaints, all good. Christian, last week we recapped the first 5 volumes. Interesting insight into the book, I'd say, into the work that Oda has created.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're getting excited about the anime once more.
We found Natoshi.
Natoshi has been found in the
He has
preview.
been found. He's doing the Germa transformation, which we should have predicted.
Yeah, I think we all felt like it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Christian, what do we got on the docket this week?
We got the chapter, What a Wonderful World. We got How Strong is Shanks. We got topic of the show,
Here we go.
new insights into the influence
Okay.
of the deep lore of One Piece. And that's going to be very
Interesting thoughts.
Power scale and the question corner.
Christian, shall we get right into the chapter? Anything you want to tell me? Anything at all? The Reverie's happening.
The big Reverie stream.
The 4th Reverie, it were. Not a part of this one, Christian, but hopefully part 5 will be a part of it.
I mean, we're kind of part of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, what would you say? The promo video? That's...
I mean, you're doing all the fucking
going
promo
around.
shit.
So,
I guess you're kind of part of it, bro.
there we go. You can find that video on Brago's channel, on King's channel. I don't know who else is going to use it.
You know, the One Piece community, Illuminati's keeping us down.
Yeah. But you know what? We'll bust through eventually.
Yeah.
Christian, the chapter.
'95, what a wonderful world. And what a wonderful chapter, indeed.
Lots of insight this week, Christian.
Heaps. Alright, so, first image of the chapter, Olympus.
Is Oda running out of ideas to do with these characters? Like, what's the deal?
He just wants to tell a little funny story, you know?
Okay.
At least it's not, Gamatsu building a spring for 25 chapters.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a cover story. What's Olympus doing?
Now, Christian, the next cover story, will we get Jinbei or will we get Germa? Because we're almost out of fleet commanders.
Because they don't want you
Okay.
to know what's happening with those characters.
I think we'll get some Germa.
I think we'll get Senior Pink.
Alright, we'll get Senior
The
Pink.
Senior Pink redemption arc.
Alright.
I think that's
Unless we do the 1.5 Billion Man arc.
Really, we just fucking got that. Like,
Hey man, possible.
we got that in canon.
Yep.
Like, in story. So, why do we need it
A
again?
few people missing.
Where's Mingo?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Where's
I wanna see
Riley?
it.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's Mihawk?
Maybe post-arc. Reverie.
Christian, start us off.
Alright. First thing we see is the New Marine Fort in its full glory.
This thing's huge.
This thing is fucking massive.
Massive.
I'm gonna estimate it's the size of Little Garden.
Okay.
You can see the warships, and they barely go up to the cliff face.
Yeah, I'd say like 3 or 4 warships stacked on top of each other is the door.
You're not even taking into account foreshortening.
Yeah, perspective. That's true.
Perspective as well. This
Huge.
place
Absolutely
is
massive.
Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive.
Those ships are only there to purport scale, which is interesting.
100%.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell. Because, like, the dimensions of it.
Like, I reckon the door's the size of, like, a real giant.
Yeah. The dimensions of the, like the proportions of the castle.
Yeah.
Make it seem like it's not that big. But when you, like, look at
Look,
it as a whole, you understand the scale of this huge structure.
well, like, the castle on top of the fort.
It's ridiculous.
And
It's
that's
absolutely huge.
third point perspective as well.
Yeah.
How fucking big is this shit?
I'm assuming between each tier there's massive like stretches of open plain, as it were.
No, it's all government buildings, man. It's all,
Yeah,
it's all
maybe.
offices and training facilities.
We need floor to fight on.
I mean, Aokiji made that, you know what I mean?
There's no harbour this time.
I mean, there is a dock,
Yeah.
harbour,
Okay.
but maybe they'll build it.
There you go.
Who knows? So,
We get a little diagram.
get a little diagram of how it works.
Yep.
New Marine Fort, Old Marine Fort. Very interesting.
Okay.
We get to see T-Bone again.
T-Bone just come back into play for no reason. Love it.
And he tells the Fleet Admiral, Sakazuki, that Fujitora is in Marijoa.
He's not happy.
He's definitely not happy.
Now, a theme with Sakazuki is he's never happy.
It seems like no one listens to him.
Yeah.
No one's listening to
Nothing's going right for
Fleet
him.
Admiral.
But to be fair, every time we saw Sengoku, nothing was going right for him either.
And I love how Oda trolls the fan base.
Yeah.
By saying, Fujitora as being like, technically, Marijoa's not a marine base.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the community were discussing this. It's definitely a marine base. Well, Fujitora can't be a Reverie because it's a marine base.
People would say it's not a marine base, and then other people would say it's a technicality. Yeah, it is a technicality.
Oda just showing you that we were correct.
Yeah.
I'll take that W.
And he knows what the fuck's up.
Exactly. It's a funny gag. So Goku comes in and roasts him, being like, yeah, it's not that easy, mate.
Sengoku.
I want the gag to continue, just like every time we see fucking...
every time we see Akinu fuck something up, Sengoku's just being like, how's it going, mate?
Yeah.
How are you?
That'd be pretty cool. Alright, now...
Yes.
We cut to the Red Port. Massive world building here.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important. We really did not know how people got up to Marijoa.
Yep.
But now we do know.
Indeed.
There's these lifts, these bubble lifts that take people up.
Similar to the technology in Shibondi.
Yep. So they use the bubbles to take people up.
Those 4 chapters of explaining bubble technology maybe pay off here.
Paid off here, paid off in Fishman Island.
Paid off in the long run, perhaps.
Bubble technology.
Yes.
From the mangroves, or whatever the fuck. Mangrove.
Sap.
On Shibondi.
Yep.
Very important. Massive world building. Is this how Luffy gets up to Marijoa? Probably.
Now, do we get a time frame of when these were constructed? Or we just assume they were always there?
You gotta assume they were always there.
Okay.
It didn't say they were new.
To physically get up to there in general.
Yeah.
It is on the side of the New World. Do you assume there's two sides?
Both. It's confirmed there's both.
Yep. Okay.
So,
good.
On both sides, you got these bubble lifts that take you up and down. Ship transport.
These things are huge,
These
though.
things are huge, but they say that for humans. I'm sure they've got a fucking heavy duty one for ships.
Or just supplies or whatever.
Yeah, they've probably got a goods lift or some shit.
Or they just go down to... Well,
That's so...
Well, there's bases on either side, so...
But why would you go... Surely you could go up with... There's like a boat lift. Surely.
Alright.
Just to save time, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Alright, so now we get introduced to a bunch of new rulers of kingdoms.
Yep.
We get, King Beer. Clearly based off Russia.
Yep.
Why isn't he called King Vodka?
I don't know.
King Beer? Beer's not...
It's probably like King Alcohol and then Stephen put it to beer.
No, everyone says it's beer.
Okay. But I don't know what the Japanese word is.
There's probably a word for beer in Japanese.
Okay.
So, King Beer introduced based off Russia. Mr. King Hamburger.
Yep.
Well, first name Ham,
Yep.
last name Burger. Or, first name Burger,
Yep.
last name Ham. Introduced. Looks like
Lincoln's got America hat on.
Got America hat on from Berrywood.
Yeah.
Or it is commentary on Hollywood. And he never walks backwards. Just moves slowly forwards.
That's right.
We got Queen Morlamo.
Where's this from? What's to do with this?
Olo.
Yep. Any reference there?
Her country's called like Tajad or some shit.
Yeah.
And I did some research, and it seems to be like a pot Middle Easterns cook with.
Okay. So some
Some
kind of
sort of Middle Eastern
representative.
Not too sure about that one.
Yeah.
And then the fishermen arrive.
Oh, King Taco.
Oh yeah, King Taco from the Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
Clearly a reference to Mexican culture.
Now,
Land
Christian.
of the Dead. That kind of thing.
Oda's commentating on Russia, America, Mexico. Where is King Boomerang? And why isn't he at the Reverie?
Man, we just don't get representation, you know. You just get barred.
I want a comically just
racist caricature.
Yeah, of an Australian man. I want to see it. Why isn't it Mick Dundee?
Where's Mick Dundee? Who knows? We're never gonna find
maybe next week.
We get Fishman arrive. Now I ask this question sometimes: is Oda the only one who's trying to hype Shirahoshi? Is he the only one who likes Shirahoshi this much?
I mean, people like Shirahoshi now because she's an ancient weapon. That's the only reason why they like her.
Shirahoshi?
And I connects to meta theories. That's why she's mentioned in these days. But I don't think anyone particularly
does anyone really
enjoys the character.
Shirahoshi?
Does anyone enjoy Boa Hancock?
I think Boa Hancock's a better character than Shirahoshi. You know, Shirahoshi's a young...
I'm sure when she eventually goes on her character arc, people will like her.
We have Fishman Island for that.
She didn't grow, though. Much. She'll eventually, you know... toughen up.
Grow up, maybe.
Indeed.
So, you know, Oda's trying to hype her up. She's the most beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's better than Boa. You know, she's an ancient weapon. She has all the powers.
Garp agrees, but, you know, he also says she's huge, which adds to her legend.
You know, at least they put on shirts for the Reverie.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A little bit of respect for the Reverie. Wearing shirts in.
Christian, we found Garp.
We also found Garp. He's here.
In the black suit. Ready to go.
Still a Vice Admiral. Not retired. Head cannon on display. People thought Garp was retired.
We just assumed.
It's head cannon. When in the story was it ever said Garp was retired?
I think it was a safe assumption. Wasn't a out of place assumption. See, assumptions nonetheless, though.
Assumptions aren't good.
Yeah.
Because then, when you get proven wrong,
you get upset.
So, you know,
not a
Garp not retired. Just thought I'd point it out.
Yeah.
Morgans is also here.
Morgan's a new favorite character of the community.
Will Morgans be in every arc just to commentate?
How does he get over to Wano real quick? Just turns up.
And he's to report.
And he's
to get the scoop.
Glass elevator.
Yeah. Just turns up to get the scoop. Yeah. Commentates on the war.
It's big news.
He's big news. He
has all the knowledge of all the secrets.
He gives you all the secrets. Yeah. Why not have him in all the arcs? He gives you all the lore. Have him in the arcs. Have him commentate. Give us a little bit of
confirmation of details this week on where certain characters are from.
Thank you, Morgans. Very important.
Garp, Dragon, Luffy, all from the same kingdom, Go Kingdom, which was an assumption. It was a safe assumption, but an assumption nonetheless. We
can start putting pieces together a little bit more.
Now it's confirmed.
But is that assumed citizenship because Garp's a citizen, therefore his child would be a citizen?
They're all born from that country, says Morgan.
They all come from that country.
Yeah, they all come from that country.
Okay, yeah. Dragon grew up in Goa.
Yeah.
Hence why he went back there to, deal out the justice.
Okay.
So, we get that information. Stelly reappears. Or Stelly? Stelly, right?
Stelly. I'm pretty sure it's Stelly. What was anything official?
Stelly.
Yeah.
Stelly enters. Garp, you're my citizen. You come from Goa. You know, you keep that in mind during the reverie, all that kind of shit.
God doesn't give a fuck.
God tells it to fuck off.
Yeah.
You know, Scully wants to become a celestial dragon.
Is this possible?
Is this even possible?
I don't know.
One would assume you have to be in the secret club to be a celestial dragon.
Can he be inducted into the secret club? We know that celestial dragon status can be taken away. Can it be granted? We must
I
assume
don't know if it can be taken away willingly. Like, not willingly.
Yeah.
It can be taken away willingly. Like, you leave the celestial dragons.
Yeah.
You're no longer a celestial dragon. Which is interesting in itself. Because will the celestial dragons be like, you gotta tell everyone our secrets, so we can't let you do that?
I don't know. I don't think they fucking care.
I don't care.
This is the thing. Since Stelly assumes that he can become a celestial dragon via some route, there must be a route that he can take.
Maybe he's just delusional.
Perhaps. But, interesting development.
You know, Garb tells him, you know, why would you want to become a scumbag?
Yeah.
Stelly's like, you can't say that. Garb's like, oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry,
What are they going to do? Who is going to come after him?
Who's gonna come after Garb the Fist?
No one. No one's coming after Garb the Fist.
It's you need the entire Marine HQ to go after Garb the Fist.
A little bit much. I think you said an admiral. You know, it might be a bit over. But, nevertheless, I don't think admirals will want
It'd be a heavy resource nonetheless.
Garb can do whatever he wants at this point.
Indeed.
You know, Stelly's just a racist idiot. You know, fishmen are going to give me diseases.
Yeah.
Giants eat people.
This is like...
Acid spit.
This is like... Stelly's like the caricature of what Odo wants us to think of the majority of the kingdoms, I think.
All the celestial dragons, because he wants to become a celestial dragon.
Yeah.
Like, nothing about...
Because all the kings we see in the story are like... You know, good guys, not racist, all that shit.
Yeah, like King Hamburger doesn't seem like a bad dude.
Yeah.
He's just the king, you know what I mean?
I don't know. So, it's something to think about from Stelly. I don't know what Odo's trying to do, we'll see.
You know, we get to that beautiful paddle of Shirahoshi going up the lift.
Yeah.
See that spread, you know, of the ocean.
Good
That was a jump cover a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was.
Luffy was pointing to the sun.
Yeah.
So just a reconfirmation of what the fisherman's goals at the Reverie are. You know, just in case you've got about
Do you think they'll accomplish the goal?
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Because that's what Luffy's for.
Okay.
I think they'll ask and get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Luffy's their only hope, and then, you know...
Yeah.
Luffy does the job. So, you know... The art of this chapter is top notch.
Pretty good.
Top notch. It's good. You know, beautiful art direction with those massive, like, cool ship design. You get to see the sea with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lighting effects going on. Very good art. Alright, so, you know, Fujitora and Ryokugyu time.
Yes.
Alright. From what I can gather, definitely male.
Mm-hmm.
Carefree dude.
Oh, who would have thought...
Doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah. Who would have thought that Green Bull, Ryokugyu, gotta get used to saying it in its
We just
proper
call
form.
him Rio.
Ryokugyu, fine.
I call Fujitora Fuji all the time.
Who would have thought that a Marine HQ Admiral would have been male? Who would have thought?
A lot of people.
No. A lot of people want it to be female for no reason.
People just want to see strong females.
You got Big Mom, that's enough.
Okay.
You got Boa? It's not gonna be...
I mean, you're gonna get... Yeah, well, you know, people want to see females...
I don't know why.
Blow up half the planet. That's just the way it is.
I mean, everyone always wants to see everyone blow up the planet.
That's
so
true.
we shall continue. What do we get from this conversation, Christian Fujitora and Green Bull? Ryokugyu.
Well, you know, Rio brings him some food.
Yeah.
It's very delicious. Very delicious food.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a cook.
Alright.
Maybe he
he's
cooked
a cook.
it.
Yep.
Sanji versus Rio confirmed.
Right.
He's a ladies' man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cook. Possibly.
The context.
Speculatively a cook.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we profess you. We plead to you to read the official. Read the official Viz translation.
Please.
Because, you know, we sometimes take a peek at, you know, illegal material to get a gauge on the community.
We have to
and, you know, read the official is
Read
what
the
we're saying.
official.
What I'm saying is,
What I'm saying is, don't base theories off non-official translations.
the official translation gives context for Ryokugyu's character, more so than the scans.
Yes,
And it actually gives us character information.
Yeah.
And changes a few things.
Alright, so he's talking to him. Fujitora went to see Vegapunk.
Yeah.
And he's got a new weapon that makes the warlords obsolete.
Okay.
Do I believe this? I want to see it with my own eyes.
The pacifistas in the New World, perhaps.
I mean,
I believe it.
Do you want a rogue Mihawk? That's what I'm asking you.
No.
That's what I'm asking.
Christian, this is the thing. Alright?
That's what I'm asking.
When the revolutionaries and the Navy actually come to blows, Vegapunk will flip the switch and all the pacifistas will go to the revolutionary side. And it will be revealed that Vegapunk is in fact a revolutionary.
Alright. From the official translation, it makes it seem that Ryokugyu has been around the Navy, saying old Vegapunk.
Yeah.
It's sort of suggesting that they have some sort of relationship, that they've met before.
Okay.
Some sort of, friendship there. Maybe that's too far, but it seems like
he's aware of
Vegapunk, and they've had meetings before. Which leads me
to a rant
about the headcanon of the community.
Yes.
Side by time. What the fuck is the World Military Draft?
Yeah.
All we know, these are the facts we know.
Yeah.
The name, and that Fujitora and Ryokugyu received the rank of Admiral.
Yeah.
Not that they were recruited.
Yeah.
Received the rank of Admiral. What is the draft? We have no idea.
Yeah.
And people want to say they popped out of the ether and became an Admiral.
Yeah. Well, out of the general populace or whatever.
They came out of, let's just say, the theory that Fujitora is from Wano.
Yeah.
The Marines went to Wano and handpicked Fujitora to be an Admiral. Let me ask you some questions. You're a world organization that controls the world with the Navy. Are you going to give a extremely high-ranking position to a random that is not in the Navy, letting them control fleets of ships? Why would you do that?
I don't think so.
That doesn't make any sense.
We can assume what this means, but we don't really know. My assumption is that the draft takes into account all Navy personnel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The draft is a restructuring of the Navy.
Yes.
It's gathering all the Navy Marines and giving out positions.
Okay.
They might recruit a little bit more. Who knows? But to say that it is 100% confirmed that these new admirals were picked out of the population and that they weren't in the Navy, it doesn't make any sense, and it's not even confirmed. It's headcanon.
Christian, what about the theory that they pick these people and then they give them their fruits?
That's plausible. It's very plausible.
That's just a theory though? That's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed. It's a theory.
Yeah.
Just like Fujitora and Ryokugyu weren't in the Navy. That's a theory.
Yeah.
We don't know what the military draft is.
Christian,
all we got was a little line from Doflamingo. That's all we got.
This is the thing.
And people would have claimed
this is the thing.
This stupidity.
This is what I was talking about Crocodile, right? And people claiming that he can control the weather with sucking moisture out of the air. People repeat things ad nauseum until they become true, and no one really checks them.
Also, another point, from what we know, from Big Mom's flashback, The Navy are hunting for strong kids to train to become admirals.
From birth.
From birth.
Yeah.
They're trained from birth to become admirals.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they... You got to assume that these people were in some sort of admiral program.
Or they were vice admirals.
The vice admirals, or maybe they were like in different positions in the world.
Either answer is possible, but what we're saying is don't assume knowledge is fact.
It's not 100%
Things is fact.
confirmed. Alright, what have I got? What else have I got here?
Well, shall we talk about Ryokugyu for a second, Christian?
Yeah, that's what I've got. So I'm gonna say 100% man. Loves women. That seems to be his...
That's a key difference
little thing
in the official translation.
Yeah.
It makes it seem like he hasn't eaten because he wants a hot chick to hand feed him. Right? Instead of him saying, "Oh, if there was a girl here, I'd probably eat if she wanted me to."
Yeah.
That's the key difference, which gives him a personality that seems to be swooning after women constantly.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see how that pans out.
Alright.
Fujitora here to obviously destroy the Shibashikai warlord system.
Possible credence to the plant fruit theory.
Yeah.
Hasn't eaten for 3 years. We know it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with his justice.
Yeah. Well,
from this translation.
I don't know.
Because it's kind of like an offhand thing.
It might have something to do with his girlfriend. There's a few questions in the question corner about it. But this is the thing. This is what I'll say. Is him fasting for 3 years
a character thing?
A character thing or a girlfriend thing? I'm leaning towards character thing at the moment. That's just my thing. Because it's like... If Oda was trying to hint at girlfriend, he probably would have done it. This is kind of just like... Oda displaying character.
I think this is a hint, because Oda normally does both. He gives you a little bit of a character hint and a devil fruit hint.
Yeah.
Hasn't eaten for 3 years. Possible plant fruit because of the concept of photosynthesis turning sunlight into food for your body.
But
that's credence.
Fujitora knows that he's fasting, right?
I don't think that he does.
He said, "Are you still fasting?" Which is like, did he announce that he's fasting? Like, there's some kind of disconnect that's going on with this fasting thing. We'll find out. Is a character moment that he finally eats? I don't know.
Is he justice like?
He seems to be a crazy man.
Balanced justice, where it's like, I'm crazy, but I'm also disciplined where I don't eat. That kind of balanced justice.
Because this is the thing, right?
I don't know.
The scanlations seem like he gives so little fucks that he doesn't eat, right? Whereas the official kind of changes that to, I want a woman to feed me, then I'll eat. That's the key difference, I think.
Maybe he's like super gross looking. That's why we haven't seen his face yet.
Maybe. But we haven't seen his face because it's not time yet. Because Oda's like...
Alright. So, that's that part. I mean... Vegapunk's new invention.
Wait.
I'll see it. When I see it, I'll believe it. But for right now... How are they going to compete against Mihawk? If you can make a machine that can compete against Mihawk... Vegapunk, could be the strongest man in the verse.
Ancient weapons vaporize entire islands, so I'm not ruling it out. You know?
Sure.
People need to respect technology in One Piece.
The technologists.
Yeah.
Vegapunk, very interesting character. Will we ever meet him? Who knows?
Soon.
Maybe soon.
Okay. Will we meet him before Shanks?
What? I don't know where he fits. Where does he fit? In Smoker's little bit?
Does he turn up now in the REVERIE to give a demo? That's a theory.
For Fujitora to...
Yeah, for Fujitora to be like, look what we have, we don't need him anymore.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we get more massive information.
Okay.
The revolutionaries are targeting the celestial dragons directly.
Yes.
is it a cut off the head situation? Where if you cut off the head, it kills the body? Or is it that they're okay with the idea of a world government?
It seems like the revolutionaries are okay with the idea of a world government,
I don't know.
but, right?
It's being controlled by
I don't
other
know.
people.
This is the thing about the Navy. For some reason, they respect the celestial dragons, and they have the kind of attitude that it's like, they're here, we can't do anything about it. Now, why they can't do anything about it, we don't know. We're just going to assume government structure for the time being.
But I have problems with this for the revolutionaries directly. Because if they are okay with the concept of
they
a
know
world-dominating government, but the bad guy at the top's bad, so if we get rid of that, it'll be all good.
Yeah.
This just makes them seem naive about power structures. You can't just cut the head off the snake.
Well, this is the thing about the Navy.
Install Dragon as the top guy and assume that Dragon won't be corrupted.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? This is what you have to assume. You have to assume Dragon is incorruptible.
But it's naive.
Because it's a children's story, and
naive.
the good guy's not going to get corrupted, especially because it's Luffy's father. It's not going to get into that kind of deep political intrigue.
But it just makes the revolutionaries seem like
they believe in Dragon's sense of freedom, right? So I think, because we've seen the Navy, right?
But how
they are weapons of the power that are installed at the moment.
But how is a world-dominating government freedom? I want to hear this from Dragon.
They need I don't know if we'll get a monologue from Dragon anytime in the story.
I don't get it. Why would Oda have this world-dominating power?
Because you have to. What's Dragon gonna do? Completely disband the Navy?
Disband the Navy?
And then build a new world order around that? Or keep what's
Why
there?
Why would you build a new world order? You just let the kingdoms govern themselves.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about pirates?
You have your own militia about pirates.
The Navy.
But it won't be that kind of system.
It'll be that kind of system, but the Navy will actually... Because they're still criminals, right?
Sure.
Dragon isn't an anarchist that we know.
It's not about... But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you cause a revolution.
Yeah.
And then, it's like the French Revolution, right? You cause a revolution because the system is corrupt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And instead of importing a parliament system, a democracy, you go, I'm just going to make myself king.
Alright, but I'll give you this question. What would happen in that French Revolution to the policemen, the government officials, and everyone surrounded in the government at that time? They're not going to get kicked. They're not going to kick everyone out of government positions and then install their own people. They're going to use that government.
They killed a lot of people.
They did, but I'd imagine. Don't quote me on this, but I'd imagine
some people survived and kept their positions.
I'd imagine people kept their positions.
But what I'm saying is, they changed the system. They didn't just kill the king.
Well, you're assuming that Dragon
reinstate their own king.
You're assuming that Dragon isn't going to change the system. That's your assumption.
I guess, but what I'm saying is, it makes it seem like because all that power.
This is what I'm going to say. Right?
They're saying they want to cut the head off and put the dragon at the top of that.
We know how Otis set this world up.
Yeah.
And the structures it be. And we've seen the celestial dragons, that they're the issue. Right?
But is this a situation where Luffy and Dragon might conflict? Well,
no,
Luffy's like...
because Zabo's a part of the revolutionaries.
That's what I'm saying.
And the good guys.
That could be...
Dragon will not get corrupted by the power.
But what I'm saying is, Luffy finds the One Piece and he's like, we have to break up this system.
What system?
But Dragon's like, no, we have to keep the world government to keep the pirates at bay.
Why would Luffy
kicking the pirate? Well, here's the thing.
What are you talking? Why would Luffy be like destroy the structure? What are you talking about?
Destroy Merijo, that kind of theory, that meta theory about the red line destroying the red line.
I know the theory and what you're talking about, but there's no character evidence for Luffy to give a fuck.
Here's the thing you have to assume. Dragon at the end becomes the new leader of the world.
Yeah, at the end of the story.
But Luffy still kicking the pirates.
Yeah.
Still technically a criminal. What does Dragon do there? What does Zabo do there? They're his guy, but he's still a criminal. He's still the
Criminal of
figurehead.
what has he done?
What do you mean?
He pirated against the old world government, not the new world
But
government.
he calls himself the king of the pirates. He's inspiring piracy, is he not? With that title, a dragon, assumably,
That's his freedom.
will be the king. Will be not the king, the elected ruler,
The emperor of all the new world order.
He'll be the new world order with Zabo as his right hand. But Luffy's going to be king of the pirates.
This is what I think is going to happen. Your idea of kingdom structure, is probably what's going to happen. Every kingdom's going to govern themselves, or every island, but Dragon will be the judge, jury, and executioner for his version of freedom.
But what I'm saying is that is such a naive idea, because after Dragon, there's a new ruler,
Zabo.
And that new ruler can be corrupted. Even 100 years later, when those people are dead, you'll be back to square one. So you gotta change the system. You can't just cut their head off and put a new head on.
Maybe there'll be a parliament-style system where the government's elected by the people, the kingdoms, etc., etc. Christian, probably a democracy is going to happen at some point.
Sure.
But I think keeping the navy as like Dragon's weapon of justice.
Sure, I guess you'll have a fight in the navy and all that shit.
He needs actual people to govern the world instead of assuming that
what I'm saying
the kingdoms will be all...
If I was Dragon, I would break up the world, disband the navy. Kingdoms can hire the navy to protect their countries. That's where all those military jobs
disband the navy, cause mass unemployment.
No, you split the navy up between kingdoms.
You have weapons. You have weapons of justice like Rob Lucci on the loose now, maniacs.
That's what happens, man. After World War II.
And what are you gonna do?
After World War II, what happened to the Nazis? They disbanded them and kicked them all out.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
Killed them all.
What are you gonna do, Christian? I'm sure German soldiers in the army, in the Nazi militia,
were executed. Went back to society.
Yeah.
So the Marines will go back to society and join the armies of the countries that need them.
Maybe, but we'll see what happens. Christian, it's all very... I doubt we'll even see this in the story. This is how endgame it is.
But what I'm saying is, if this is Dragon's plan, I'm starting to lose respect for him. Because it's a stupid plan.
Well, you've assumed this on 3 lines, not even a line in the story.
That's what I'm saying. Is either that or they gonna take down the whole system.
Christian, we know you love your political intrigue on the show.
That's what.
But you gotta relax a little bit. We haven't even met Dragon properly yet. We don't know his theology.
But why is it here? Why did Oda put this here?
Because they're not targeting the world government specifically. We need to know that. We need to know that the celestial dragons are the problem.
We already know that.
Not the characters like Garp and, the Viper.
But the problem
Cobra,
of having
rather.
a ruling elite is that they're going to be corrupted. And if Dragon continues that structure, what's he doing? Why even fight this war?
I mean, is all governments corrupted? Yeah, that's the question you have to answer. That's a question you have to look for yourself. No government's perfect.
No government's perfect, man. There's always corruption.
And money in this case will always corrupt the government. So the idea of a revolution is naive in its own right.
No, but they're not even trying to change anything if they're just getting rid of the bad guys and putting themselves in.
Yeah.
Because who's to say they can't be corrupted?
Well, Christian, I doubt they'll be corrupted because this isn't reality.
But but Dragon has to have a set of ideals he's going after.
Yeah, we haven't seen those ideals yet, so...
But that's what I'm saying with this.
You can't assume that he's got a dumb plan.
That's what I'm saying with this. If he doesn't have a plan for restructuring of the world, what is even the point of this revolution?
I don't think keeping the Navy and changing the structure and banner of the Navy is an issue. When you have a parliament and a governing body that runs
the world,
a democracy, which is like far more complex than we could ever comprehend. A one world government ruled by a political elite. What do you think would happen?
Exactly. So what is Dragon doing?
So Dragon is like, I'm going to run things the way I want to run them. And it'll be all good because I am...
So he's as bad as the tyrants.
A good person.
Dragon is as bad as the tyrants.
If you want to say that, I guess.
Because he's going, I'm just going to take the power and I'm going to run it properly.
Yeah. That's probably what's gonna happen.
He's assuming he can't be corrupted. That is stupid. If Dragon actually thinks this, I've lost respect for him.
Dragon can't be corrupted, yes. He's a weapon of freedom, Christian.
But here's the thing.
It's like in every story where like the prince of the kingdom is uncorruptible by the wicked witches.
But that's not good storytelling.
But that's
not good storytelling.
That's the way it is.
You don't know that's the way it is.
I'm assuming that's the way it is. It's not good.
Surely Dragon has to be a little smarter than a fairy tale.
Every main character in the story is uncorruptible, especially Shonen. So
Dragon's not a main character.
He's part of the good guys. Good guys are very rarely corruptible.
But if
you see what I'm saying?
Here's my number one problem, though, and I'm gonna leave it at this: you have a revolution to change the government, and you just reinstate yourself as the new king.
Yeah.
What was the point? You don't have any political
to install freedom to get rid of the celestial dragons.
But you just put another tyrant in place. You haven't actually done anything.
Not necessarily a tyrant. Systems. Christian, this is a fantastical...
Absolute power corrupts absolutely...
Christian, this is a fantastical world where...
Oda wants to tackle political themes. You know? He wants to tackle political themes.
Okay.
So I think it's fair to judge him... To judge him on his political ideology.
It's fair to do, but...
It's a fair criticism if you're going to write a story about politics.
Why is a person uncorruptible?
Because we know this. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Even if Dragon's not corruptible, the guy after Dragon could be corruptible.
Mm.
You can't... Even if you're uncorruptible, right? I'm the king of the country. I'm uncorruptible. But my son is a piece of shit.
I'm sure this question will be answered in this arc, hopefully.
If Dragon thinks Dragon can't think there's an absolute good that his people are. He can't possibly think that. Because he knows the evil of the world.
This is the thing about the revolutionary armies. They're not about good and evil. They're about freedom.
No,
but they're also about good.
You can't say that. You can't say they're not about good and evil, man. You can't say that. They go into the countries and kick out tyrannical kings.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And what? Give it back to the people.
They give it back to the people. They actually try and
did they demand they install parliament and democracy?
Who knows?
I doubt it.
We don't know. We haven't seen that.
It's like...
Are they just going in and creating a power vacuum?
This is the king. This is the thing. Why isn't Cobra corrupted? Why isn't... Why isn't other kings corrupted?
But Crocodile comes in there and corrupts the place.
Crocodile does. Cobra is...
Yeah, but Cobra
is a king of a country...
Yeah.
...that is uncorruptible.
But what I'm saying is, there's people out there like Crocodile that want to be that evil force.
Yeah.
And they could overthrow. What if the guy wheels his way in to the top position and he's evil? Dragon can't stop that. If he's dead. He might get backstabbed. And then you've just let a corrupt official be the leader of the free world.
With a one world government,
yeah,
and a one world media,
yeah,
you're talking about easy mass corruption on a world scale.
That's what I'm saying.
So Dragon would have to install multiple media sources, media laws. He'd have to install democracies.
No, all he would have to do is destroy the concept of the world order. Let the countries rule themselves, and have some sort of, United Nations situation.
That still doesn't stop evil.
It doesn't stop it, but it's less evil than a one world government.
Okay.
Instead of keeping the same system and changing nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Christian, both solutions aren't very good.
I say trying something
because you already kind of have that system where like every island is its own kingdom, and some kingdoms are good and some kingdoms are bad, and then you have like the United Nation, which is the world government, and then the people on top of that can do whatever they like, right? The kings,
yeah.
The kings are the problem. The issue is not the navy in this story, in this context, right?
Well, we
Because
have bad people in the Navy.
the kings
Yeah.
are their own individual rules of their countries that only have to bow down to the world nobles. They are not governed by any world laws that we know, other than the celestial dragons.
There's the Celestial Gold.
Yeah.
Taxing countries that can't afford it.
There you go. That's
Driving people into the ground.
Dragon would get rid of that, right?
And what's he going to run his world government on? No taxes? What's he going to do?
Christian, shall we move on from this
is
political
what I'm
block?
saying.
When you think about the One Piece world and its political structure, you understand how stupid a one world government actually is.
But here's the thing. If Oda wants to commentate on political issues, you have to criticize it.
Yeah, I'm saying
I think that's fair.
it doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying the government now somehow works, kind of works.
Christian, what I'm saying is a one world government, a one world democracy, and a one world media doesn't make sense and is a huge issue. Alright? Politically, we know this. But, on the other hand, our world that we live in with multiple countries and multiple currencies and global affairs isn't the best either.
I mean, no one really knows how the economy works.
Yeah, so what the fuck were we even talking about? How are we even going on this?
So the one line that
the one line that Koala says
about them going after the Celestial Dragons directly.
Christian,
very interesting.
This is the thing. To make sense of this political situation, you have to simplify it to childish levels.
No, I'm not buying that.
That's what you have to do. Because if you don't do it, it doesn't make sense. No. And Oda has to spend an arc explaining how every system works.
I refuse to believe that. Because Oda spends time in arcs explaining the political angles of every group.
But Christian, he'd have to spend so much time going into the minutiae of the world government.
All I want is Dragon's philosophy.
Okay.
Because then you can extrapolate. That's all you have to give me.
And we'll probably get that this arc. Hopefully. When he gives his speech to the world government.
I mean, this whole arc is about politics.
Yeah.
The Reverie.
And we assume it's not going to be that long.
Sure, you can have a whole chapter explaining Dragon's philosophy. Yeah. I would love to see it.
You probably get a speech that will be heavily looked into by Christian. No doubt about it.
Very important.
And we'll probably have this discussion again about the same thing.
Because this is endgame stuff.
Yeah.
Alright?
Endgame stuff. It's like what I said to Braga. We'll probably never see the New World Order installed in a meaningful way.
We'll get that 10-year time skip chapter, that one 10-year time skip chapter.
Yeah, but we'll never see the inner workings of the New World Order.
No, but we'll get Dragon's philosophy, why the world's better now.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't write a political manifesto and then at the end be like, I don't know why this is better.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, political ideology isn't...
If you write an essay about your politics... You're writing it from this perspective that these set of ideas are better for these reasons.
Christian, the reason why no political ideology really works is because of people being corrupt and greedy. That's what it boils down to.
Uh-huh.
So if a person is uncorruptible, how unbelievable that is, you can decide.
It's not even about...
I know, but like if a new installed world government order is incorruptible, which is literally impossible in reality, right? Then it'll work. And if Oda takes that leap of logic, then what are you gonna do?
I have to criticize him on it.
You have to.
I have to.
Because it makes no sense. But for the general reader that wants to see the world break, it's not a big deal to them. But it's a big deal to us. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know the minutiae of how you think
Dragon's going to take over, what he's going to install.
And how you think the New World Order will run and will not end up corrupted.
Oh, I want to see
in 1,000 years to come.
I want to see there be New World Order.
Okay.
I want to see all the countries split up to their own countries, their own sovereign nations. Maybe have a UN.
We've already gone through this.
So, yeah, that's and then they've already infiltrated.
Yeah.
So
Molly's there. You see Karasu flying away. Zabu's sitting with
You reckon dragons there? The little hints about the wind?
The winds are strong. It could be a hint. Dragons around. Christian, really easy to infiltrate Marajoa. But they are master stealth individuals.
Is Molly digging a tunnel to free the slaves?
Yeah, this is the theory that I like the most on Dragon's big act.
Freeing the slaves in Marajoa.
Fleeing the slaves in Marajoa. Big News Morgan's gonna write it in the newspaper.
Surely he gets shut up this time.
Here we go.
The CP are not gonna take this one.
He was manipulated from Mingo, so he can be manipulated.
Definitely.
He can be manipulated by the world government, but he can't by an emperor. Interesting.
I think the world government have his corner. You know what I mean? Because he's the mouthpiece.
Okay.
You gotta keep him happy.
Yeah. There you go. Christian, shall we talk ratings? Shall we talk...
Rating. 10 out of 10 chapter. I fucking loved it. Very interesting. A lot of tidbits.
You know what?
Art, fantastic. Fantastic chapter.
9.5.
Why is that?
Give me Green Bull already, Oda. Give me Ryokugyu.
You feel like you've been cucked.
Being cucked a little bit. Alright? What are you gonna make me wait? Another 2 chapters, 3 chapters? Come on. Just let me see the man. Mm-hmm. You've been hyping him up for so long. Let me see it. Christian, good chapter, very good chapter. In-depth world building. Love it. See, I've come to the realization in the last 2 weeks. Big mate Hez and a few other people getting into My Hero Academia. You know, you hear my comments.
Another My Hero Academia rant.
You hear my comments. For no reason. You hear my comments about. It'll loop back to why I'm talking about this. You hear my comments about My Hero Academia spread here and there, talking about mechanics of fighting and lighting, which are okay, but I figured it out in the last 2 weeks why.
Why?
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
There is no context for Deku's narrative and story in the world. The world is not developed enough for his journey and for him to be the world's greatest hero to mean anything.
Could you say the same thing about Naruto?
Could I say the same thing about Naruto? No, because later on in Shippuden, we go to Hidden Rain. We know...
Are we at that point in the story?
Christian...
My Hero.
Hidden Village of the Rain happens the first arc. We understand of these faraway lands where other people exist and other nations exist, alright? And other factions exist.
Well, we know All Might's from America.
This is the thing. There's nothing to ground me in this world.
You want a rival school arc, and has that happened?
I want rival schools. I want more than hero-villain dynamics. I want more than...
Well, have you read the manga?
I've read a lot of it. I haven't read all of it.
Well...
Christian, I read 60 chapters deep. No sight.
All I'm saying
Nothing
is,
in sight.
All I'm saying is, you want to be an authority on My Hero Academia? Get up to date, stay up to date. Because I don't want people coming out of the woodwork saying, this shit's already happened.
What I will say, alright?
What?
Anime, enjoyable to watch action figures as they were slap into each other.
Okay.
But One Punch Man better in every regard. Now,
I agree.
Predictions.
Next week, Reverie in full. Maybe we get to see all the people gather.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little hint of a third actor side plot. A little conspiracy going on.
Okay.
Maybe something from the CP. Who knows?
What kind of conspiracy are we talking about? We're talking about assassination of a king.
Assassination of a king.
Someone's talking too much shit.
All that kind of stuff.
What do you think? Do we have time for a third plot?
I think we need the third plot from the Navy. The Navy
needs its own plot.
Needs its own little agenda.
Okay.
We've got Fujitori's agenda, but he's part of that good Navy angle. We need the bad Navy angle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think we need that angle.
So we're what? We're officially in the Reverie arc now? Does that count as 2 chapters now? 2 chapters down? Let's say it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see Zoro, so that's out the window. Christian, yeah. This is what I think. I think Vivi's going to arrive, the rest of the people are going to arrive, and we'll probably end the chapter with everyone sitting at the table, or just about to sit at the table. and the revolutionaries acting their plan. We're still in Act 1, setting up the players, setting up what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Act 2 should come shortly, probably 4 chapters deep. Now, any other comments you want to talk about?
I think we've talked extensively about this chapter.
Anything to say about Garp? Is he ready to fight? You're gonna see him do anything this chapter, this arc?
If someone turns up,
Okay.
I don't know.
There you go. Christian, what's next?
How strong is Shanks?
How strong is Shanks?
Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks?
Yeah.
And every week we answer Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. You know, because there are people out there,
There are.
you know, they think Drag is the strongest.
Can't be the strongest for that political ideology.
That's right. Kaido's the strongest. You know?
Mhm.
These people are incorrect. So every week, I bring factual evidence
Indisputable evidence.
to the table
Yes.
to tell you why Shanks is the God King of the verse.
Mm-hmm.
This week's evidence, we know Green Bull doesn't have to eat for 3 years.
Yeah.
But we know Shanks never has to eat.
Yes.
Because he is a god. Alright? He only can be seen eating and drinking to make mortals around him feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He does it for other people. He doesn't need to eat. He just does it to make people feel comfortable around him.
Okay.
Shanks could not eat in time memoriam and not lose anything because he is the God King of the entire verse. Shanks is the strongest, Shanks is the God King.
Indeed. Christian, what's next for the people?
It's time to go deep
For another
into the murky waters.
Christian Talato manifesto.
Into the murky waters of conspiracy.
Indeed. How do you want to preface this, Christian? What do you want to do?
Alright, so
Give them a little bit of backstory before you go into this
a little bit of backstory.
nonsense.
I've been going deep into conspiracies lately.
Yes.
We're talking the Black Sun.
Yeah.
We're talking lizard people.
Okay.
Alright, all that crazy shit. For what reason? None other than entertainment. To see how crazy these ideas are.
Indeed.
You know, all I know is there's something going on. What do I know? Jack shit.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
But there's something.
But there's something. There's something we don't know. But that's for another podcast. Topic of the show. I may have found Oda's influence for the deep lore of One Piece. What do I mean by that? The Void Century, the Age of Kingdom.
Yep.
Alright.
All that good shit.
It all comes from the ancient Sumerian lore.
Okay.
The ancient Sumerian myth of the Anunnaki.
Here we go.
With the combination of ancient alien theory from the book The 10th Planet.
Okay.
Very important to add that in.
Indeed.
Alright. First of all, I want you out there to look up the Anunnaki. What do they look like? Humans with wings.
Yes.
Who do we know in the One Piece verse that has wings?
Scorpions.
Scorpions. Alright?
Yep.
The Anunnaki are from a planet in the solar system. They came to Earth 500,000 years ago in order to mine for gold.
Yes.
Pirate story, people love gold. Celestial tribute, gold, they want gold.
City of Gold, Eldorado.
City of Gold from Jaya. I've got that here. In One Piece, we can mash this up with the Sky Island people and the City of Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what do the Anunnaki also do? the Anunnaki apparently enslaved humanity,
Yes.
right? And are known for DNA manipulation.
Okay.
Possibly making the races of the One Piece world.
Alright.
Fishmen. Giants.
Now, in this analogy, you're talking about the Asian Kingdom. In regards to the
Yes.
Anunnaki. Okay.
Right. Fishmen, giants, minks. You know, after the human race rebelled against the Anunnaki
Yes.
for these,
The family D.
the family of D, the clan of D,
Yeah.
the Anunnaki flooded the planet, drowning a lot of people. But there was one guy who was a half-blood,
Yeah.
if you would,
Okay.
who knew about this incoming flood and saved the people.
Mm.
Joy Boy and the Noah,
Okay.
right?
Yes. Interesting.
So that's that story. The guy in the Anunnaki stories who saved the people from the flood is called Gilgamesh. You know, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
If you look that up, you can find that. Alright.
Do you have anything else, Christian?
I have heaps.
No.
The Anunnaki had advanced technology that could vaporize mountains.
Okay.
The ancient weapons.
Indeed.
The king of the Anunnaki is called Enlil.
Okay.
Extremely close to Enlil.
Yeah.
It's spelled Enlil. Enlil.
Yeah.
In English, we pronounce,
L's and R's.
L's and R's weird in Japanese translations.
Yeah.
It could be Enlil.
Yeah.
Enlil, king of the Anunnaki.
Okay.
Maybe a reference to that.
Yep. And then now went to the skies.
And now went back to the moon, back to space.
Yeah.
The Anunnaki tablets were engraved on stone with glyphs.
Yeah.
And were split into 12 pieces. Right? The
Okay.
poneglyphs.
Yeah.
And there are some that are lost to time.
Okay.
So you got secret ones that no one can find. The true history is lost.
Interesting.
This is back to the Sumerian Anunnaki, because the story of Gilgamesh was written down on 12 tablets with glyphs.
Okay.
But some are missing. Some are lost to time. Could be a reference to the poneglyphs. Alright. The Anunnaki had a stone tablet that gave people immense power called the Tablet of Destiny. The owner of this tablet was said to have the power over destiny.
Okay.
The clan of D, Destiny.
Interesting.
You know this, right?
Okay.
The tablet is said to be able to terraform planets. Is this what the One Piece is?
The Tablet of Destiny?
The Tablet of Destiny.
Maybe.
To reform the planet. To destroy the Red Line. To free the fishmen of this thing.
Interesting.
Has Oda got influence from these ancient alien theories, from the Anunnaki, from all these things? Is there an influence there? And could we have stumbled upon what the One Piece is?
Christian, interesting thought. Right?
There's a lot of links.
Alright. Now, does the story of the Gilgamesh man...
Yeah. It's pretty much the story of Noah.
Is it the same as the Anunnaki as a whole, or is it separated? Okay. So do you think Oda's been influenced by the story of Gilgamesh and the Anunnaki?
There's a lot of Anunnaki stories, but the story of Gilgamesh is one of them. It's like the Bible, right? There's lots of stories, but the story of Noah is one of those stories.
Okay.
So I think Oda has... Just look up... Just put a picture of the Anunnaki in this video.
Okay.
They're just people with wings. They look exactly like the Sky Piers.
Yep.
I think there's a direct reference there. City of Gold. Advanced technology. DNA manipulation.
Alright.
devil fruit. That could be devil fruits. DNA manipulation.
Yeah.
Because we know the lineage factor from Judge and shit.
Okay.
There's definitely been some DNA tampering in the One Piece world.
There you go.
So do you think there is a link between
Christian,
the Void Century, the Age of Kingdom, and the story of the Anunnaki and this conspiracy theory shit?
it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Am I convinced? A little bit.
A little bit.
Was Oda influenced by this? Maybe.
I think it's an influence.
I think I don't think I've ever heard this before.
Exactly. Because I went deep into the conspiracy abyss.
Okay.
Pulled something out and applied it to One Piece. We know Oda loves space.
Yeah.
We know he loves aliens. He could have read the book The 10th Planet. Came out 1978.
Okay.
It's a possibility he's read this book, taken influences from it.
Alright.
It could be a possibility.
Yep. Christian, as always, interesting theories from you.
I mean, we know he takes influence from books. You know, Don Quixote and the whole Just Rosa situation.
Mm-hmm.
We know he takes influence. So,
interesting thought.
Is that what's going on? Who knows? Just look it up for yourself. Wikipedia it, you know?
Done. Christian. Something fresh for the people, something new. Something to think about, something to look up for yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe a breakthrough.
Maybe a breakthrough.
Very interesting. Now, what is next for the people?
The power scale.
Christian, who's first this week?
I believe it's me.
Uh-huh.
And I might be issuing
Yes.
a massive change to the power scale.
Here we go. What have he done? What are you suggesting? Are we restructuring? Are we changing
We
a
have
character?
found maybe a character that is worse than Gaimon.
Is this possible?
Is this possible?
Is it Tashigi?
No, it's not Tashigi. We've already
Okay.
power scaled Tashigi. I want to change the Gaimon tier to the Stelly tier. Because Gaimon is somewhat redeemable. Stelly, piece of shit, weak, absolute trash, worse than Gaimon, Stelly tier.
Do you put like all the Celestial Dragons in Stelly tier?
Yes.
So why don't you just make it Celestial Dragon tier? On the Gaimon. What are you going to do? You're going to make a new tier? You're going to change it? What's the story? Where are you going to put Gaimon? Do we have to rescale the Gaimon for this restructuring?
Does Gaimon deserve to go into trash?
So this is what you bring to the table. You're saying you want to change it?
Offering.
And we're power scaling Gaimon now. We're debating whether Gaimon deserves to be in trash tier. Is that what we're talking about?
Because Stelly is so shit.
Yes.
He's so bad.
He's worse than a general person on the street in One Piece.
He's worse than a Celestial Dragon. Because at least Celestial Dragons can shoot people and shit.
Yeah.
And they've got some sort of fucking
Okay.
ferocity to them. Stelly, weak, ignorant, afraid, piece of shit.
Christian, it's your scale. We can do whatever we like here on the show.
Are we?
We're
changing
23 episodes deep with the power scale, and he wants to change it. This is unprecedented. It's going to set a precedence for changing the power scale.
I've always said that. I've always said the power scale can change with new information. And we have new information.
Okay. So, what's the exercise here? Are we trying to mount an argument for Gaimon to be in trash tier? Is this the exercise?
I'm saying it's disrespectful for Gaimon
to be in the same tier as Stelly.
to be in the same tier as Stelly.
So we have to make we have to restructure the entire power scale.
No.
What are you suggesting?
My suggestion...
Are we adding a tier or removing Gaimon?
We're removing the Gaimon tier.
Yeah.
Replacing it with the Stelly tier.
Yep.
Moving Gaimon into trash. Because there is a new Absolute Zero.
Okay.
And his name is Stelly. Stelly is Absolute Zero. Shanks is the Infinity.
Yeah.
Stelly is the Zero. Absolute Zero.
Yeah.
We need that for the power
The Abyss.
scale. There is something below Gaimon. Therefore, the Gaimon tier makes no sense anymore.
Okay.
Stelly tier.
Now, Gaiamon's completely outclassing the trash tier. Do you think this is an issue?
Well, that's the thing.
Or do you think the trash tier is a certain threshold below low tier or low tier?
Yes.
And anything underneath until you get to Stussy.
Stelly.
Stelly.
tier is absolute zero, and there is only room for one character in there called Stelly.
Oh, man.
Stelly tier.
So when there's a new worst character, we're going to change it again and move Stelly up. Is that what you're telling me?
When there's a new absolute zero, you have to change your definition of absolute zero.
So are you saying right now, Stelly is absolute zero?
Yes.
If you want it to be so, it must be so.
I'm saying the Usopp Pirates can beat Stelly.
Alright.
I'm saying anyone could beat Stelly. Stelly is the absolute fucking zero. Zero.
Alright.
Stelly is the absolute zero.
Christian, massive bombshells dropping.
Bombshells dropping this week.
Crazy. Now, I shall bring to the table Nekomamushi.
Neko
I do not see him on the power scale.
Mamoosh.
Initial thoughts.
Well, the first question that has to be asked. Sulong form, non-Sulong form. Because I believe this was the issue when we were talking about Sulong form. Do we include it? Do we not include it?
Now, Christian, we have not seen the
We've not seen it.
Nekomamushi Sulong form.
But we know it's a multiplier.
Therefore, we cannot judge Nekomamushi
What?
without the form, because we don't know.
Is it a stupid choice to pick Nekomamushi right now?
No, because it's going to be a long time until we see the Sulong form. Real long time. We're talking years.
So are we prefacing this without Sulong?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Sulong could go from ridiculous levels in Nekomamushi. You know this. We can't put Nekomamushi in top tier for say, right?
That's crazy.
We can't put him there because we don't know the multiplier on Nekomamushi. Now, we'll grade him without Sulong, and then we might discuss Sulong. Christian, where do you think without Sulong?
Do I think he is on the tier of Commander? Emperor Commander.
Could not defeat Jack.
Could not defeat him.
Haki, question mark.
I would assume he has Haki.
Haki, question mark. You can't assume it. We haven't seen any of the Minks use Haki.
Was on Roger's crew.
We haven't seen any of the Minks use Haki. None of them. Not even Pedro.
It's a good point. They got
a warrior of the Minks.
Point taken.
Yes.
Alright? Point taken.
Grabs Jack's trunk and flips him. That's a feat.
Fights Jack for 5 days. Not
taking breaks.
12 hours each.
And it was a stalemate. No one was taking any damage.
But do we account for the missing limb?
Now. Christian, it's such a minor percentage.
Okay, it's a minor percentage, but it's still a percentage.
Yeah.
I'm saying we might have a new character for the low-high.
Low-high. I think.
Because he's not at commander level. We have evidence that he's not at commander level.
Yes.
Because he could not defeat Jack.
Both of them could not defeat Jack.
And they weren't fighting at the same time.
But they were taking breaks.
Jack was not taking a break.
That we know of.
So, Nekomamushi without Sulong.
Low-high. I think that's fair. He's got a good arsenal of technique. He's quick. He's strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Electro. He's got the Spear. And he's tough. And his will is strong. Very strong. Now, when we talk Sulong, how many tiers do we go up?
I think it's going to give him the power to defeat Jack.
So you're saying high tier? Or high?
I think he goes up to high tier.
Okay.
We don't really know how much...
What's your gut feeling percentage-wise on Sulong? How much does it buff the Mink?
Well, we know it buffs their Electro exponentially.
Yeah.
Because he just pulls out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Speed, you could say, definitely a speed increase.
Yeah.
A new sort of floating ability.
Some kind of static thing going on.
electromagnetic
field
thing. Is it a strength buff?
Don't
know. Is it? I assume it's a speed electro buff. Is it a strength buff? We don't know.
Yeah.
What it exactly does, not too sure.
Yeah.
But I think we can judge this narratively. For the story, Sulong form, Nekomamush would be able to take out Jack.
Good.
So that puts him in the high tier with Sulong.
Yeah.
Because
is there potential?
He even says that. You're lucky it wasn't a full moon.
Is there a potential for him to elevate to high in Sulong? We know it has a time limit.
He might be a master of it.
Yeah.
We know it has a time limit. We know it damages the body.
Yeah. There are consequences to this form, and it only happens on... It could be...
You can't put him on Admiral tier. Surely not.
Could happen. For a very short amount of time, we're talking about.
But a possibility.
Yeah. Think about it.
At best.
Yeah. He's not going to Emperor tier.
No.
That'd be too much.
No.
Alright. Christian, power scale, interesting power scale. You rocked the foundations of the power scale this week.
Well, there's new information. Therefore...
Now, Christian, shall we go to the favourite segment?
The question corner. The question corner.
If you want to write in your questions, Christian, you can do it in the comment section below on this YouTube video. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Tolado and shoot your questions there. It's been going alright. A few people sending in questions via Twitter, which is good. And you can email the show at TheRedforcePodcast@gmail.com.
A lot of fucking questions.
We got a lot of questions this week, which is good. We were running short last week. If you want to suggest a topic of the show, throw in the comments. Anything else? Power scale things.
Alright. I respect the people out there.
Yeah.
But can we not do the honorifics?
Okay.
San, Sensei, can we not do that?
I mean, I appreciate it.
Can we not do that, alright? We're a respectable outlet, alright? We don't say Nakama. We don't say Yonko.
We don't say NL.
We don't say NL. We don't say... What? Shijubukai.
We say Nekomamushi and...
Because that's the official translation.
Is it?
No, it's not.
It isn't.
No. Yes.
It's not. It's kind of Viper.
Well...
So what do you want to do, Christian?
Well, maybe I'm going to have to change... I'm going to have to put Cat Viper on the power scale.
Okay.
I'll blame whatever on that one. Alright? Here's the thing. Let's get into the questions.
Alright.
Eric Tolado-san.
Hello. Who's it from?
It's from Diego.
Diego, yes.
Here goes. Is Ryukyu based on a Japanese actor?
Mm-hmm.
Yoshio Adana. And is it possible that he has the time for it? 3 years without eating, and the pattern of Admiral and physics. Light, gravity, time.
Now, I've seen the image of the actor that he suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Possible connection. It's got the long hair, which is the connection people are trying to find out.
Yep.
Now, Delphi speculation, wild Delphi speculation on Ryokugyu. Now, there's another question in there specifically talking about Delphi. You might as well read now. It's probably underneath it.
Krish for life. What could Green Bull's Delphi be? Is this his fasting? Is it related to his fasting?
Now, should we ask the same questions? And we didn't really go into the Delphi speculation much because we're here in the question corner answering the people's questions specifically.
I think that the fasting comment adds credence to the possibility of the plant Delphi fruit.
It adds a few percentage to the possibility. No, if you want to, theorize his death fruit, is it possible that people just assume that the animals have devil fruits, right?
That's what I mean.
So it could not happen. That's a possibility. You can assume.
Okay, it's a possibility. It's a low
Now,
possibility.
when will Grimble use his devil fruit? We talked about this for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that something goes wrong with the traveling lifts, and Grimble saves the day. That's what I'm going to assume is going to happen.
Ropes, vines.
Perhaps. Now, the time fruit. Oda would have to massively nerf this in some way for it to work.
See, here's the thing about time. It's very broken.
He's gonna have to pull a Toriyama and make it like he needs to hold his breath to stop time or something like that.
He's an admiral.
But he's an admiral. So time is a problem in all stories.
My theory on this?
Don't do time. Just leave it alone.
You know my theory on this?
Christian wants it to be plants. Do I think the plant...
I don't want it to be plants.
Yeah. What do you want it to be?
Space.
Him being able to move matter around?
One could argue gravity is time.
Okay.
In the physics realm.
If you think about it.
Gravity could be time. In some physics realm.
Whatever that means.
Space, I think, would
and
be
time is problematic.
Time's very... Because it's very hard
to
balance in the world. And you have to make concessions.
Especially when you give it to an animal. You can give it to Foxy, and there's not really much of a problem. You give it to a beast of the story, and there's a problem.
You have to make a heap of concessions. It's never full time travel.
People assume... See, you look at Katakuri's future prediction. It's a shit show. No one knows how it works. Everyone has their own theory about it.
Time's just too hard. Yeah. Time's a really hard topic. Unless you're an extremely good science fiction writer, do not even touch it. Because it's really hard to write well.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's time. I would like space.
Yeah. Him, like...
Manipulating space, warping and shit.
Okay.
I think it'll be very cool, very interesting, like a race space.
Like Yonji, does he have the green power
he does
of mechanics?
Obviously, he has the green power.
Yes.
And I think that space... Based off the character from JoJo Part 4.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember his name, it's really long.
That's why I'm happy with the space for it.
The stand is called The Hand.
Okay.
Look it up.
He could, like, terraform and... Similar to Laws, but without restriction, yes? Would you say?
Yeah.
But he can, like, delete space.
Like, delete space, cause vacuums.
Make space. As well as manipulate it like Laws.
Imagine, like, what's that fucking movie called?
What? Yeah,
it's Inception, where he's like folding fucking
Inception, yeah. Okay.
Inception, yeah.
Alright.
Imagine that kind of weird fucking
so yeah, shit. Better than Laws Fruit.
Yeah, a better version of Laws Fruit without the fucking surgery
medical
bullshit, yeah.
Okay. Swordsman or Brawler? Or Kickman?
Because he's gonna fight Sanji.
Yeah.
I think Brawler, we already have a couple swordsmen. Kizaru's
Kizaru a swordsman?
He's got a sword. I think he's a brawler just by his personality.
Okay.
He doesn't seem like the swordsman type. You know what I mean?
Via silhouette, he's very thin and long.
I don't know about thin. It's with his theory that he's thin.
I mean, by the silhouettes, he's thin-ish. He's not Fujitora wide or Garp wide.
I mean, who is Garp wide?
Would you concede he's a very similar body type to Aokiji? Now, Aokiji isn't necessarily thin.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
There you go.
So that's our thoughts on the Green Ball controversy.
Yeah.
From Vera. I know you guys read the Vizcans translation. But do you read the fan subs too? Are you able to resist the urge? Wait for the official release.
No one's able to resist.
It's not even about that.
And Christian, we made this podcast to curve the retardation of the community.
Well, I want to... Here's what I want to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
I want people to read the official and stop basing theories off shit translations, putting headcanon into the community because they read a a not official scan
Yeah.
that's inferior quality. I don't want that. I want people to read the official to be as informed as they can be without reading Japanese.
Yes. Now, ideally, we'd be able to read Japanese and deliver you the word from the god
But I don't-
himself. Well, we can't.
I don't read Japanese.
Mm?
So the next best thing is the official translation.
Via a professional.
But I need to be in the community.
Yeah.
And if you're not reading,
We need to gather the community opinion.
It's a terrible reality. If you're not reading the scans, you effectively can't be in this community.
Yeah.
You can't. It's just not viable. You can't be in the community if you don't read the scans.
Yeah.
Because you need to know the updated theories. You need to know what people are thinking.
Yeah.
So I can come here and, try and steer the ship a little bit more. If I don't know what people are talking about or thinking, I'm just screaming into the void.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the problems are, why people think things.
Not on the forums, don't know what's up.
Yeah, you can't. If you want to go deep into this community, you have to read the scans.
Okay.
Do I want a world without scans?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it possible?
No.
If you go full digital, yes.
If
But
Jump
it'll
goes
never
to
happen.
digital,
So it'll take a long time.
it'll eventually happen. But there you go.
Read the official, ladies and gentlemen. Real cheap.
It's not even about money at this point.
Yeah.
It's like $3 a month.
Maybe even less.
And I get it.
Maybe
It's not in every country, and I get that. But ask your local.
It's not gonna happen.
Ask your local your local manga companies if they can get the rights to translate it.
Yeah.
Try and get visit in your country. Ask for it.
You can try.
You can
All you can do is try.
All you can do is try. From MBZ5. If Shanks dies, who is the new God King? There is only one God King.
What a ridiculous question.
There's only one God King. There cannot be another God King.
Similar to Toriko. When Jiro dies.
There can only be one
He's
God King.
elevated to the heavens as a celestial body. Just like Shanks is already. How can you kill something that is already on an ethereal plane?
You can't.
That already surpasses time, space, and reality. Shanks is the constant. Shanks is a singularity.
Yes, but
Shanks was before the Big Bang.
there can only be one God King. That's the answer. From Henry Russell, asking a battle: Frankie with 3 nipples versus Brooke with a high calcium diet.
I don't know what 3 nipples has to do anything with it.
I think he's referencing nipple lights.
Yeah, but that's not an attack.
That's not really an attack, and Brooke doesn't have any eyes, so it doesn't affect him. So we could throw that
Because he's
out.
dead.
Brooke, high calcium diet.
This is basically a Brooke versus Frankie.
It's a sneaky Brooke versus Frankie debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into this, Christian? Does Brooke have the ability to cut steel?
Does
Frankie even have the ability to damage Brooke?
He's got bombs. He's got lasers. He's got his fists.
You know what?
I'm gonna give this one to Frankie.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, I love Brooke.
We're not gonna give.
I think Frankie's got too much defense for Brooke.
We're not gonna give Hez what he wants.
You're
Which is
thinking what he
another
wants. But this is the question corner.
Yeah.
We have to answer every question.
All right, Christian. In my heart of hearts, it's gonna have to be Frankie. But Brooke might be on that soul nonsense. Frankie's very susceptible emotionally. Brooke might be doing some
voodoo
soul structuring to distract Frankie. We've seen him do that before and then get the final blow. We don't know.
Well, what I'm saying is, does Brooke have the
Does Brooke
offense?
does Brooke have the penetrating power to actually do damage to Frankie? This
We've
is the
seen
question.
him cut shield, so he can cut steel.
Yeah.
Can he cut Frankie? That's a different question. So I'm gonna edge it out on Frankie.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
As I think he's got.
You can pummel Brooke.
You can pummel Brooke. So.
Yeah, basically it comes down to Frankie's got more firepower. Next question.
Django the Dragon 4. And now returns with armament haki and kings.
Okay.
And has a space army, and they fight the Straw Hats on the Emerald City, where the fourth road poneglyph is. Maybe Anel learned something on the moon, or simply it just
He just wants to fight.
he just wants to know what's on the poneglyphs. Yeah. Thoughts. So a possibility of Anel returning.
Anel's. This is the thing. Everyone wants Naruto to return.
Mm-hmm.
No idea how's he gonna do it. I'm gonna just throw it out there. We've said this probably 1,000 times. Space Arc, where Anel is there, and he acts as the guide to the Straw Hats, in some regard, or even the antagonist. But this is the thing: when you throw Anel against Luffy, Luffy wins every time. So you got a problem with him being an antagonist again.
Is the Emerald City green bit?
I don't think so. Oda would love to draw an Emerald City.
But where does that fit in the story? Is that
Could be the Ancient Kingdom, I don't know.
Is the Emerald City at the top of the tree in Elbaf?
Maybe.
Where the royalty is.
That's a theory.
Is it Asgard? As it were?
Maybe.
Possibility.
I don't know. Basically, it's hard.
Maybe, who knows?
Luffy would win the fight because Anel isn't a good foe for Luffy. So there you go.
What about Haki Lightning?
What does that mean?
Whatever you want it to mean, you know what I mean?
Well, Black... No. Next question.
From JD Dub.
Yep.
With a recent emphasis on Kobe's Haki, do you think Oda is trying to make him the main Marine to counter him, or is Smoker still in that position right now?
The old question of who is Luffy's parallel to Garp?
Yeah. I think it's Kobe, but Kobe's not ready.
When we time skip 10 years into the future, and there's a few chapters of that, we'll probably see it. But that's probably what we'll get.
It's probably Kobe.
Yeah.
But
Chapter 2. Classic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's that relationship.
But what is Luffy doing that requires Kobe to go after him?
I don't know. It depends how the New World Order shakes out, doesn't it, Christian?
Back to that little fucking chestnut.
But yeah, I'd say Kobe's the Garp parallel. Smoke is a piece of shit.
From Vamish.
The man in Vamish.
Is Luffy stronger than Katakuri now?
Yes.
Who would win if they fight without any interruptions?
After the fight...
It always comes back to Katakuri versus Luffy, doesn't it? It always comes back to this.
We thought we escaped.
You will never escape this. Never.
This is the thing, Vamish. Luffy has grown from the fight, and he already won. So how would he struggle against Katakuri when he has sufficient armor observation haki to beat Katakuri?
I think he wins again. I still think it's a high difficulty fight.
It's a tough fight for Luffy, no doubt about it. But he'd win more conclusively this time. I don't know why he'd lose.
Maybe Katakuri's learned something. It's a possibility.
Katakuri really hasn't seen much of, the Gear 4. He's only really been taken out by it. He hasn't been fighting Luffy for hours at Gear 4. You know what I'm saying? He probably hasn't seen the full tricks that Luffy has up his sleeve.
Alright.
Luffy's seen everything Katakuri could offer.
But maybe might come with new moves.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Katakuri wins again. No, Luffy wins again.
No.
And but it's still a difficult fight. There's no doubt about that.
It'd be a lot shorter, that's for sure.
I don't know that it would. Luffy still has to crack through that defense, dog.
It'd be a lot shorter fight. The only reason why it went for so long is Luffy was trying to learn observation. It wouldn't go for 12 hours.
But he wouldn't go for 12. It would go for at least a couple.
Yeah, a few, not 11, 12 hours. That's what I'm saying.
Alright. From Return the Slab. Question. Aside from Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shanks, who do you think is currently the most free character in the story?
It depends how you define freedom. Are we talking freedom from all responsibility? What are we talking about? Because people want to say Dragon, but Dragon is definitely not free. He has an entire organization he's running.
Well,
maybe his will is that.
I don't know if
freedom.
that's not freedom, if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, it depends how you define freedom. Is chasing your dreams is chasing your dreams freedom?
Yes. Dragon. Okay, yeah.
Dragon's definitely not the freest.
Why would you say that? Explain yourself.
Because he's in the middle of some kind of revolution. He's not free yet.
That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? That's free will.
Would you say he's free? Would you say he's the freest man on the seas when he's
the most wanted?
Yeah, he's
definitely roughly.
I wouldn't say he's the most free. He's not free yet. He's trying to be the most free.
Would you say the same thing for Luffy? He's wanted.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't even know why you bring this up.
I don't know. Well, what, Dragon is the answer? I don't feel like it's a boring answer. I feel like he wants us to pull a character that is obscure. What do you think?
In one sense, you could say Bon Clay.
Okay.
He knows what he wants, he knows how to get it, but he's locked up. So in one sense, he's extremely free. He lives his way, He lives his way of life.
Mm-hmm.
He's trapped in a location, but he lives his way of life. He does what he does because he knows.
I mean, you could say that the other emperors are free as well. It's kind of a cop-out answer, though. I don't know.
Big Mom's not really free because, she's trapped by her past and all that shit.
Okay.
The Mother Caramel photo absolutely destroys her because she's attached to her past, right? Rayleigh, yeah. I think Rayleigh might be a good answer. But we haven't really got his. He's kind of a middle of the road character because you don't really understand his freedom and what he's about. So
there you go. Food for thought.
I'm gonna say Bon Clay, even though he's locked up.
Yeah.
Just because of the mental freedom thing.
Okay.
Alright. From Andre. The man. When Anel comes back, how strong will he be? As strong or stronger than Luffy? Please explain why.
Now we're talking overall compatibility power scale wise. Not specifically Luffy versus Anel, because Anel would have to be Gold King status to be Luffy now.
I think it'll be one.
Yeah.
So
also, people want to pump up Anel's observation haki to astronomical levels.
It's not that good.
It's not that good. He only can hear everything because of his Devil Fruit, not specifically
amplifies
because of his
it. It doesn't make him
haki.
fast at observation haki.
He still gets hit by Luffy.
Still getting hit by non-Gear 2 Luffy.
Relax on Anel's observation. He would be... What is it?
Let's take the hypothetical.
He has and
he's just as strong. He's on the same tier as
mean, he's a Logia. If he has Katakuri level observation haki, he's broken.
Add some extra durability.
Yeah, please. Add some extra durability. A lot of durability.
Plus, what would you need to give?
Anel has the potential, right, to be an emperor of the sea. With that Devil Fruit.
He just needs to get good.
Because if he has broken observation haki, he's a Logia, it's a problem. Okay? But I imagine the other top tiers of the verse have very good observation haki and will be able to hit Katakuri. So, his defense would have to be very high, and we know that's a problem for now. Now, where would he...
But we're taking the hypothetical.
Hypothetical, where... So, what's the question? He comes back now, how strong is he?
Yeah. He's not even giving us the option of weaker than
He still
Luffy.
wrecks Zoro and Sanji because of his Devil Fruit.
He's not... Well, he's not even giving us the option that he's weaker than Luffy. As strong or stronger than Luffy. So let's take that. Let's take that on board.
I know. Do we assume
Let's
do we assume that he's trained?
humor this question. What would he need to be on that tier? The category observation,
Yes.
armament, more durability. He's already got the firepower.
He has the fire. Firepower's fine. I would say combat ability is pretty good.
He needs more durability and more observation accuracy.
Yes.
And armament. You need armament.
Basically, if he has more durability, if he has good durability, he'd be on Luffy tier right now. But he needs that durability. If he doesn't have it, there's a problem.
Yeah.
People are going to say, yeah, bro, but he restarts his heart.
You still lost the fight.
You get knocked out.
You lose the fight.
You're knocked out.
Yeah.
You can't restore your stamina via electrical current.
Here's the thing. You get knocked out, the round's over, you lost the fight.
Yeah.
This is the hypothetical. You technically lost
Your
the
heart
fight.
gets ripped out of your body via an haki arm coated. Right? And it goes through your chest, Indiana Jones style, it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Talking Zabo Dragon Fist. You're dead. Now, this is the question where it's like, can Logies reform body parts? No, they can't.
Maybe Kizaru, but that's a different story.
So there you go. Question, is that all?
That's all.
What a interesting episode.
We got deep.
We're getting deeper than we usually do later.
The deep waters of conspiracy. The deep waters
Something-
of political theory.
Something new. Christian, hopes for next week.
I've already told you the hopes next week. I want more political intrigue.
Yes.
Give us more of that
Now.
shit. I love that shit.
Next week, special guest.
Special guest next week confirmed?
Confirmed.
100% confirmed.
Now, there's always an issue where something's going to happen and he doesn't turn up. Now, do I announce who it is now?
No.
Or do we wait?
Well,
the
have you
episode to come
discussed this with him?
Not specifically the announcement, I don't think he'd care.
Is he 100% confirmed?
Christian, nothing is ever 100% confirmed until it happens.
Okay. And even then,
But the special guest will be coming on next week. Look forward to it.
not gonna tell. Not gonna tell. You're gonna hide from Bob, not gonna tell him.
Christian, the special guest for the month of June
Yes,
is Zoro Fanboy 124.
that's right.
He'll be coming on the show. We'll be discussing his past, his present, and his future. Everything about
Surely we get into
everything.
the Zoro versus Sanji debate with the man, Zoro Fanboy.
Now, let us know how you want us to conduct this interview via our technological details.
No
And
streams. No streams.
We're not streaming it.
There's no chance.
There's no chance that
There's
happening.
no chance that
Australia
happening.
internet very bad. And I might add that very difficult to do the show with the man because it has to be pre-recorded because of his schedule.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's
So do you want both of us? Do you just want me? Do you just want Christian?
Getting deep into
Uh,
Zoro Sanji.
give us some questions that you might want to ask him.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll go deep with Zoro Fanboy next week. A chapter. Big week next episode. Now, Christian, you can find me at Eric on Twitter.com.
You can.
You can, like the video, share the video, comment on the video.
That's right.
On YouTube at RFPods. SoundCloud, we're here, we're there. iTunes, we're there. People are watching it. Share it with your friends. Anything else, Christian? What was I going to say? Yeah. Animations for specific people are starting to trickle out. Reverie promo was done by me. A man by the name of Silver. Silver's 000. That's 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Has a new intro done by me by it should be up in a few days when you see this.
Cool.
Go check out his channel.
Mm-hmm.
And another animation's coming along the way. Look forward to the Reverie. We won't be attending, but we'll probably be making.
I mean, we
comments on
got our fingerprints on it.
and it'll be 3 a.m. in the morning, Australia time when it happens.
Who? Who decided this time?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Why? Who decided this time?
5 p.m. in the West Coast, in the East Coast,
Of course.
which might be problematic for food and dinner for the people in America.
Who organized?
I'm just saying, there's a little bit of an issue with the
Who
time
organised this?
scheduling, but whatever. Christian, what do you want to say?
I want to say Shanks is the gold king.
Good night.
You know.
Christian.
Camera's out of focus. The fuck? Camera's out of focus. Does it come back?
Just go up close and come back.
There we go.